These are the Executive Files. I'm Alexis Milner, editor of the Tampa Bay Business Journal, and with me is Ron Wheeler, CEO of the Sembler Company. He's a relatively new CEO, so I asked him about what it's like to fill big shoes.
I bring something different to the table, not necessarily better, but just different. I think a strong financial background like I had in banking is important in any business to understand the numbers behind the business. I also have a strong desire to see very efficient processes and really empower the people within our company to do what they want to do. And so I hope my contribution to the company is that I put a really good team together and I give them the freedom and the voice and the resources they need to do their jobs, because they all know their jobs better than I do. I've never built anything or leased anything or managed anything, but I understand the business, obviously, from being in it for 25 years in one capacity or the other. So I try and give them the freedom and the resources that they need to do as good a job as possible. You know, I think we're cautiously optimistic. There are opportunities, they're just in pockets. There are some retailers that are expanding. A lot of them still are fairly cautious. So good for us is that we have a lot of different divisions we work with, a lot of different areas of retail we work with, and we have a pretty wide geographic area. So we're trying to find those spaces that retailers are still interested in expanding in and then help them to do that. The biggest advantage we have just from a pure product standpoint is that we can do anything that's required to be done on a retail property. We manage, we lease, we can do receivership, development, redevelopment, asset management. So that's the big advantage we have just from a product standpoint. But I think the real advantage we have is we've been in this business for 50 years. We've got a lot of experience. We have a great passion for what we do. We really enjoy what we do every day. So it's a pleasure to go to work, and it's a pleasure to try and find ways to create value for our clients. We have a lot of people that come back and work with us in various capacities all the time. And our company is set up, we're relatively small, but we do a whole lot. So our job really is to manage a process of development or management or leasing, not necessarily to do every single task ourselves. So we're using people all the time, just like we use a general contractor when we develop something because they have that expertise in building it. We don't always need that general contractor there with us every day. You can apply that to other areas of our company as well. I read a lot of history, a lot of military history, both American and European history and military history. World War II is probably something that I read the most about. I'm just fascinated by the scope of that conflict and how it engulfed the entire world. So I like reading about it, and then I started writing just as a way to kind of escape and have a hobby and something that could occupy my mind at times. I've tried to spend more time working with the Alzheimer's Association here in the Tampa Bay area, and that's a cause that's important to me. I lost my mother to Alzheimer's. My father-in-law passed away from Alzheimer's. It's a horrible problem in this country. More than 5 million people have Alzheimer's. So I try and help the Alzheimer's Association locally to raise money. That's an important cause to me, and as I tell everyone in business, you're very busy running your business, you're very busy with your own families. If you can just take a little bit of time, of your time, and give that back to your community or your school or whatever you're involved in or feel passionately about, I think that's important as leaders in the community to do that.